One,
Hello, hello,
two,
hello,
three.
everyone. Welcome back to the No Dice Podcast. Big Cat, Smursy Smurs, and Big Ginger Red out here. Eventful weekend, especially with our picks. Christopher, you want to start with yours? Because
And don't leave
the
any
line
out.
sucks. Don't leave
Well,
anything out.
well. I think after this weekend, it still proves I'm the best on this podcast via record wise. I don't think anybody can compete with me. I don't think anybody will compete with me. I expect my championship belt sent here in the next few weeks. With that being said, I went 3-1 this week.
3-2.
I had
3-2. You fucking
I went
idiot.
I went 3-1 this week, which puts me at 9. Which puts me at 9-6 on the year. Well, since we started keeping track, so that's a winning record is always a good record. I had Notre Dame minus 20.5. That lost because Notre Dame may be the best team in college football. Our defense looks
Bold
good.
statement.
I stay by the statement that our defense is going to win us most games. Ian Book looked very Ian Book-esque. Still don't think he's a great quarterback. He just can move a little bit better than most. Can't throw with shit. What outside the Raiders money line? They won, no surprise. Auburn trounced LSU once again, no surprise, as I am the best on this podcast. Seattle Seahawks are currently winning. DK Metcalf is just dropping his 4.42 speed all over the 49ers.
I thought you were about to
Love
go
to see
somewhere
that.
else. I thought you were about to go somewhere else
Yeah.
when you said 4, but all right.
So,
legs.
well, it'd probably be like 8 if we're gonna go in that direction.
I thought you were like 4-foot dog.
8 by 3, I would have to imagine.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So the Seahawks are currently winning. So that's 3-1, 9-6 overall, and Smurfs.
Okay.
You had a fifth pick, right?
Yeah, he had a fifth
you got
pick.
it?
Oh, I did not have a fifth pick.
He started
Talk to
off
us,
last
Smurfs.
podcast and he said that the Lions are hot. They're 10-6 still. That's still available, which is still available, and they're hot. Matt Patricia is a good coach.
Never said that.
He didn't say that. He said he wasn't fired. But the Indianapolis Colts came into Detroit.
Philip Rivers.
And Philip Rivers fucking threw for I don't know how many yards, I don't know how many touchdowns, but the Lions looked terrible.
Dude, Philip Rivers' throw mechanic is so bad. It
Terrible.
looks so awkward. Oh my god. Ooh.
Matthew Stafford's pick 6 was terrible.
I didn't see it because I was rescuing a kitten, so that's tough.
You mean you were giving away your cat?
No, I
Because
had
you
to
can't take care of it.
No, I had to pick it back up.
Really? Oh, that's great. So you got Geronimo back?
Yeah, he's at my grandma's.
For
Shout out.
those
shout out
of you
Grandma
who
Mall.
don't know, Chris abducted a cat that
I'm not
was quote
abducted cat.
unquote
I saved a cat's life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was quote unquote lost or was never claimed, and he took care of the cat for a little while, which was a really good thing from Chris.
Sorry,
And
I'm
then
a good dude.
decided to give his ass away. It's like, yo, I'm done with you. Basically, like a little foster person. Like, hey, that's it. You're out.
You're a piece.
And now
of shit.
he has him back. Chris. So the people said that you probably did not raise that cat properly and decided to return.
No,
that
they're like,
shitty
hey,
cat.
it's too good of a cat. It's too affectionate and loving. It went to a super nice younger couple, and it just proved to be a little bit too much, which is fine. So
The fucking
he's
cat.
back. He's at my grandma's, and he is currently back on the market. But if I had to guess, my grandma's probably going to keep him because that's the reason she has 2 other cats. Because we're just a family full of nice individuals who like to take care of other people. So once again, I went 3-1, 9-6.
3-2. Yeah.
For
3-6, but you went 3-2.
For those of you who are looking to add a pet into your lives and into your families, contact Chris
I'm just so
over on
sad
Twitter,
with the
Instagram,
Lions.
text message, whatever you want. But yeah, the Lions, Chris, like you just gotta be better. Miami Dolphins,
say that.
we're doing very well. We're doing very
Fuck
well.
you! You don't even know who Dan Shula was. What are you talking about?
Excusez-moi, okay? Just because
I
you
hope Tua
lost
blows out
doesn't
his
mean you
hip.
gotta.
No, I hope Tua blows out his hip.
Oh.
It's not
Tua
my
didn't
fault we have an
even-
incompetent coach.
Tua didn't even play that well. It was Jared Goff who had 2
He didn't.
interceptions, and then they had a fucking punt return.
Yeah.
It was their special.
Our defense.
I
Our
don't care. I
defense
hope he blows out
showed
his
up
hip.
very well.
Shows up in that stupid little heritage skirt. Whatever. I
hope
hope it rips.
I hope the Lions don't win another game this year.
Yeah, the Packers look
only
like
had-
shit today.
Yeah, they did, but guess what? They're still
Oh.
in first place in the division. Can
Yeah,
you say
because our
that?
division's so great.
Yeah, still in first place though.
You guys lost the last team in our division.
Oh, that's true.
That's fine. They
Vikings.
played well.
Hey, you got real quiet there, huh?
That's
didn't you?
fine. We're still in first place. Aaron Rodgers still a bad man.
Aaron, a joke.
Did he throw a pick or
A joke. The fact that all Packers fans think they own part of the
I don't.
Packers
No,
is the most
no,
ridiculous
no,
thing
no,
in the
no,
world.
No,
Just because your
Shut
great
up.
grandfather
Shut up.
paid
Shut up.
5 cents back in the 1700s, okay, doesn't mean you own part of the Packers.
Can I say this?
Oh.
Can I say
Unlike
this
the
real quick?
Lions, no, you can't. Unlike the Lions, who's the Ford family owns the Lions, and the best part is the Ford family didn't even trust the Lions as a whole, as an entity, and they gave their dumb son the Lions, and that's why we're run by incompetent morons. That's why our owner was 97 forever, and that's why we have a fat man in the office who doesn't know football, who claims he's a freaking defensive mastermind, and yet we were up. There was one point in the game. Who'd we play? I'm blacking out.
The Colts.
The Colts. There's one point where the Colts had 5. Their total offense was -5 yards. At that time, we had only run 5 plays. We were destroying them. Matt Stafford said, "Hey, I'm a great husband. My wife survived cancer. Thank God. I'm going to take it out on Phillip Rivers and his 8,000 kids," which is the most ridiculous thing ever. I hope all of his kids have great, athletic, inspiring careers, and they have their legs taken away from them. And I can't wait to see him just go through the interview and be like, "Oh dang, I really got a bad deal here. Shoot." He doesn't swear because he's not human. Stupid. I hate Matt Patricia. I hate the Lions. I hate sports, and I'm over it. That being said, I think we come back next week, and I think we win. Everson Griffin, we just signed, and I'm really excited because our defense looked good for the first couple of drives. We're the best. We're the best scripted 20-play team the NFL has ever seen.
Where'd you see that stat? Is that an opinion
It's
or
not.
stat?
It's literally in all. What is it? We're all 7 games that the Lions have played this year. We're 3 and 4. We have scored first in every single game. We're the best 20 scripted play team in the world.
But then you can't maintain it.
I didn't say that. You said that.
Yeah, but then you can't maintain it.
There may have been a point where I took too much of the Kool-Aid off the bat, off the rip. I took too much of the Kool-Aid. Too much of that blue raspberry Kool-Aid. I can't even talk. Down the throat.
Yeah, stay.
Okay.
With
Yeah,
food
what
source,
happened?
man.
What happened on that tweet? What happened? Because I saw at Mr. Adam Marshall, our last guest, you posted something about some Kool-Aid. You
Dude,
tweeted-
I'm gonna fight Marshall. That's what's gonna happen. Everybody who comes on this podcast, guests should know that if you end up talking crap to me after the week after or 2, and you're still fresh in my head as a guest, I don't care if you got 8,000 picks right or 0 picks right, or if you're a good person or bad person. I'm gonna despise you for at least like the next day.
the next day.
The next day. That's good.
At AJ Marsh.
Krish, I will
Well-
say this. I'm not
If
an
you come-
owner of
if
the
you come-
Packers.
With some reckless shit right now, I will get out of the Zoom so quick.
I said,
Let me ask.
I am
go
not
ahead.
a owner of the Packers. I don't claim
Nobody
to be
is
owner
in
of the Packers.
Wisconsin.
I'm just saying that, just so don't say I am an owner of the Packers. I am not. I enjoy watching the Packers because they play in my home state. I'm not a huge diehard Packer fan. I am a huge
Oh.
diehard Badger fan.
Oh,
Yeah, nobody cares. Your Badgers aren't going to be able to play this year because they've got fucking 20 people that have COVID on their team.
Yeah, that's
Confirmed.
fucked.
Didn't they win?
They won
Who
the first
cares?
game. They didn't play yesterday.
Yeah.
But anyway, Cedric, my picks went 3-2 as well.
Nobody gives a shit.
Ohio State
I'm
covers.
just sad. I'm just
Bama
sad.
covers. BYU covers. The Packers lost. They did not cover, but I did get him on the over/under today. So
Oh, that's good.
shout out to Jamal Williams for making that 2-point conversion. Otherwise, Chris would have been even in a worse mood because I think he was on that one as well.
Well, did you finish your picks?
And then
What do you have?
I lost the Bills by 1 point. And I'm 6-8 in the year, coming up behind Chris. I am the best gambler on this podcast. Just
Second best. Second is the first.
Well,
worst.
Chris, I had
What?
I had
What do you
I had
want?
Galladay in my fantasy. How come?
Yeah, you want to
didn't
get into our injuries we occurred this week? You
Well,
want
I'm
to get into that?
asking
Because
why.
now you got me all fired up.
Yeah, why the fuck didn't Galladay get me any fucking points this weekend? Because I didn't watch
Because
the
he's
game.
got a hip injury that he sustained. He's questionable. Jamal Agnew, who's kind of like this little jitterbug, who I actually really like, especially on special teams. He's questionable. Flowers went out late in the game, questionable. So not only did we
You guys
lose in horrible, painful fashion, we now have 3 big players that contribute in many different facets, whether it's special teams, offense, defense, are now probably out or at least questionable going into whoever we play next week. But with that being said, I think we go 4-4, which means we'd be undefeated on the year, which means, more importantly, 10-6 is still in play. We're going to the playoffs.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Can you dive into that? So if they're 4-4, still undefeated on the year, can you dive into that nonsense?
It's not nonsense. It's scientific fact. If you're 4-4, just like we were 3-3 going into this week, before we narrowly lost and played really well, if you are tied in your record, you're undefeated. The mentality in the locker room goes from, oh, woe is me, we're down by a game, to now we're even, we're 0-0. But Matt Patricia probably can't get the Detroit Coney Island dogs out of his mouth quick enough to motivate our team.
And you said it was a close game that you guys played really well, and I think you guys lost by 20, so it wasn't a close game. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm just pointing out facts here.
It was 41-21.
But hey, your West Ham Hammers played well this weekend. Before we get into that, Cedric, go to your picks.
So
I hope you lost all of them.
I was 2-3, so not too bad, especially for a beginner here. But I had the Dolphins at +4. So let's go Tua. Even though he didn't really do anything. Okay, he had 90 passing yards, which is very bad. So his QB rating is probably pretty low. But he
had a great game at Maryland though. Played really well at Maryland this weekend.
Anyways, his brother was his cousin?
Yeah,
something
Mike
like that.
Wazowski, freaking pylon.
Mike Wazowski. Anyways, I had Buffalo Bills at -3.5, and they won. So that sucked. And then I had the Steelers over Baltimore, money line. Actually, I was like half and half with those two, but I picked the Steelers, which was nice. They won. And then Aston Villa against Southampton. Jesus Christ. Ward Prowse. God damn. If you guys don't know, okay, go on YouTube. Go on Aston Villa against Southampton and look at Ward Prowse's 2 free kicks. They are disgusting.
I'd rather
Even
watch.
Messi would be proud.
I'd rather watch the Lions Colts highlights for today.
Oh yeah, well. And then finally, I had United versus Arsenal. I honestly thought United was gonna win, but unfortunately, they shit the bed. They really did shit the bed. I wish they played a lot better, but Arsenal was the better team, so kudos to them. But yeah, that was my picks, 2 and 3. I don't remember when I'm at overall, but like it's pretty good. 2 and 3 is pretty good, right, Chris?
That's great. Good job. Keep it up. Keep up the hard work.
And then speaking of soccer, we can talk a little bit about soccer this weekend. Is that okay, Smurfs?
Yeah, it is. Okay. Adam Marshall is 2-2 currently going into tomorrow night's game against. He has the Buccaneers absolutely slaughtering the Giants like the Colts slaughtered the Lions today. But yes, you can go into soccer picks now.
Okay, real quick. So everybody
you could have dressed that up a little bit, huh?
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay, Smurfs. I know you're tired. He had a long ass drive, but it's okay. Well, for soccer, a little soccer news here. Ronaldo came back, finally played in today's game. They were tied 1-1 at half, and then he came in the second half and scored the second goal and the fourth goal. Fourth goal was a PK. He asked for the PK, got the PK. Pretty nice. Barca played Alves. There was one little point in the Barca Alves game how they defended Messi's free kick right outside about 20 yards out, and they put two players on each post. You know how you do it on FIFA so that they don't get it over the wall, and right there they put two players on each post, on each side of the post, and guess what? It worked. It actually worked. Messi hit it right at that guy that was on the post, so that was pretty nice. They tied 1-1, and that was kind of PK and Neto's fault. PK defender, and Neto the goalkeeper, where he puts his hand out. This is how it goes. PK puts his hand out. There's a ball that comes. PK puts his hand out, saying, kind of signaling Neto, the goalkeeper, hey, you can come and get the ball. And then literally passes a really hard-ass ball to Neto. Neto is taken by surprise, doesn't know what to do, even though he's a professional player and should have a decent touch, okay? Takes a shitty touch.
You want to talk about touches in goal?
I have the best touch.
You want to talk about touches in goal?
I have a better of those.
You want to talk about touches in goal?
We can talk about it. I mean, I'm not ashamed. It's public record.
What happened?
Well, it was a ball. Which one? The one when it was raining in the conference.
You asked which one.
Yeah.
There was two of them. One of them is one of the games where I played fucking amazing. I saved the PK. We come in, I think it was in the second half, and the ball came to me, and it came a little slower than usual because our college's pitch is really thick grass, and they passed it to me. I took a touch, and the guy came very quickly, and I decided to, try and be fucking Ronaldinho in this bitch. And he basically took my fucking legs, took the ball, and scored. I think we lost that game. And then the second time, because it happened to me twice, of course, it happens to me twice. We're in conference tournament quarterfinals, okay? We're playing a good team in a big, big game. There's rain everywhere. That game should have been canceled, by the way. It should have been
canceled. I'll vouch for you. The weather was not great. However, there was
literally puddles everywhere. When I'm talking about puddles, I'm talking about like 5-6 foot radius puddles. Like the ball can travel. And the ball
Rule
came
76,
back to me.
Rule 76, no excuses, play like a champion. No biggie, but you're not a champion. You are just a terrible.
I'm putting context to the story. Okay. Anyways, ball comes back to me. I took a touch. It was a little heavy. I go for it, and I see the guy coming at me a lot faster than I thought again, and decided to try and push it out a little more. But he had long legs, fucking blocked it, and then scored it right in. I think we were 1-0 down when that happened. And they scored a second goal on me after that, and we lost 2-0. Now, we don't know if that didn't happen. It would have changed the game or this and that, but, hand fucking up. Okay. But yeah, that's a little side story of Cedric at a collegiate level.
Cedric, I also remember you getting beaten out by a freshman your junior year. So
yeah, well, speaking of that,
shout out to that guy because he played amazing that year. So
the man, he literally got us to the finals. I mean, obviously soccer is not an individual sport, it's a team sport, but
yeah, it is.
He played a very big role. He had the team that actually we lost to 2-0 in that conference. When we played them again, he has the record of 22 saves in one game. So man deserved it. I was very happy that, our coach decided to play the best goalkeeper and not, the most experienced. Yeah, basically. He played amazing. I mean, I'm not going to fucking lie. Like he 100% deserved to put my ass in the bench. I was unfit, fat like a gopher, drinking my Jack Daniels on the weekend. Not worrying. And I remember this, I think it was like first or second exhibition game that we play in the season. And I let in a shitty goal. Okay. And at halftime, coach said, "Oh, we're going to put Eric in. Okay. We're going to put him in." And they put him in. And I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, that's it. That's it. I lost my position. Because everybody knows when you're a goalkeeper and you're not playing club, because when you're playing club, you're paying the club. So you have to get your paying time. When you're playing college, okay, you don't get paid.
False.
Like what? What do
You
you
don't
mean?
have to get it.
Oh, for my club, it was a policy. It was an actual policy.
Oh,
Everybody
okay.
should have playing time. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
must
that's
be
a-
must be
that's
weird
down
being a
south.
snowflake.
Well, we sucked,
Yeah.
so that's one of the major reasons why we
Nothing
weren't that
pile
good.
on.
Trust me, if we were that good, there's some players that would have been kicked out of that team in my club days.
Yeah.
But
Did you play with Messi or Ronaldo, or do you know them somehow from
Oh
Florida?
yeah,
or no?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You know, I know them indirectly, but it is what it is.
Thank you.
We'll talk about that later. but yeah. So when he came in the second half, and after I did my fuck up, I'm like, yep, this is it. Because as a goalkeeper, you don't get afforded. You don't need rest. Okay, you don't need rest unless you're really injured and you can't play. Unless you can't play at all, you don't need rest. Okay, you literally travel less than a mile, okay, per game. So
Not the way I play goalie.
oh, how do you play goalie, Chris? Are you a sweeper keeper? Are you the
No, I just basically play attacking mid. I'm so fit that I can
with
really
gloves
just
on
kinda,
and everything, huh?
just kind of can peruse the field.
Well, Chris was one of the most hard shelled goalkeepers that I know. Got a couple hits in the face at
Yeah.
30
Yeah, I
degree
mean, I
weather.
don't know if I
Soccer
necessarily
ball.
consider that hard shelled rather than just lack of hand-eye coordination in general.
Hey, at least you blocked the goal, right? I'm not gonna lie.
Right,
That-
yeah, I mean, I was just a perpetual glue guy. That's all I am in life, Cedric. Just a perpetual glue guy, nothing more.
Well,
Sometimes less.
speaking of goalkeepers, there's a goalkeeper that plays for Everton, Jordan Pickford, and he didn't start. He didn't start this weekend. And
He looks like a Nazi.
yeah, I don't like Jordan Pickford. I think he's a showboat in terms of how he dives. He dives like it's like fucking pictures. They're snapping snapshots at him. Just unnecessary dives. Okay, he's a little. It's too much in excess. But
Yeah.
he got benched, and we asked the coach, and the coach goes, "Hey, we're just giving him rest. Next week when we play United, he's gonna play. He's gonna start."
Yeah, they're gonna lose.
Now, in the goalkeeper sense, in the goalkeeper world, if they bench you, okay, that means that your position is in question. The next 5 to 10 games, like Tim Howard said, he has to play perfectly. He can't have any fuck ups. He can't have any mistakes in the goal. He has to play literally 10 out of 10 performance in order for him to secure his starting position. And quick fun fact too, Jordan Pickford had to hire a security detail to him and his family because of all the threats that some Liverpool fans did towards him after he tore what's his name, Virgil van Dijk's ACL. So
Can I just say that that's like the worst type of fan that there is, that you actually go and
Liverpool?
no, not saying Liverpool fans, but like for someone to like fuck up or make a mistake, and for fans to give actual death threats and the amount of death threats that people give real people for making.
well, yeah. Well, the
it's
thing.
just insane. So
I'd
Yeah,
send an
no.
anonymous letter to Matt Patricia.
have you?
Yeah, oh, you did?
No,
Oh, well.
Exactly. 'Cause
Well,
you're not-
the thing is,
I haven't thought about it. I mean, I have thought about it. I haven't done it.
well, listen, as a professional goalkeeper, okay, the
That
way he
fat
came out at
bastard.
Virgil van Dijk, okay, with his 2 legs up, scissor, like really, like the guy's leg was right there, and they literally like ACL tear his ass. And you know, he's a professional goalkeeper. He should know that some ways to go at the ball and defend it.
Can you
Those
show
are
me that,
dangerous plays. And he should have low-key had a red card. He definitely had a red card.
Can
Should've.
you show me that ACL tear thing again?
Yeah, so the goalkeeper went like this, 2 legs out, okay, opened up like this, and then Virgil van Dijk's leg was right there, and then just clip him right there, and then just fucking tore his ACL. So, hey, take your mind out of the gutter, okay, you little fucks.
I'm sad. That's just where it went.
And then, so Barca tied. So going back to that, Barca tied.
Yeah, let's circle back because now everybody remembers.
Circle
this
it back,
point.
and then
All right, somebody get him off the mic. What are we doing
Yeah.
here?
come on, those are
We don't
good
need
ass
to talk. We
stories.
don't need to talk about soccer the whole time.
No, but can we talk about the Champions League coming on this
We can
weekend?
Talk about
This week?
upcoming games this week, and
Yes.
the fact that Minnesota Golden Gophers are officially dead to me after they made me look like an absolute fucking idiot on Friday night.
Yeah,
There you go.
talk about death threats. I was very close to driving up to you and having some words with you.
Dude, I was so upset.
I think I sent that to like 7 or 8 people.
You for sure did.
Jesus.
And then they were up 17 in the fourth quarter, and I was like, all right, this probably is gonna hit. And I looked, and they fucking lost. And I said, "Good for you. You are the worst team in college football."
Yeah.
I hope that PJ Fleck goes on his boat later tonight, and instead of rowing it, it fucking puts sandbags in it and just sinks with it. And then Paul Chris takes an absolute shit over him. And then Urban Meyer or Ryan Day from Ohio State pisses on his face. Jim Harbaugh, worst coach in college football.
Oh,
He
Michigan?
is. We can talk about that because that was, as somebody who lives in the state of Michigan, that was.
So there's a lot of hate against him in the state.
He doesn't
Michigan,
win
Michigan
rivalry
State?
games.
He just doesn't like. I'd be surprised if he lasts the whole season.
We're talking about
He's 1
the
in
little
6.
brother, right?
Yes, he's 1 in
Michigan,
6
Michigan.
against Ohio State and Michigan State in Ann Arbor.
Like it's,
How is he not
like,
fired yet?
Because he's Jim Harbaugh.
He's Jim Harbaugh. He went to Michigan. He's a Michigan alum. He has got him ranked in the top 15 again.
So loyalty over performance at this point.
Let's just say that I'm sorry for all the fans who trusted me in Minnesota minus 20. I'll never make the mistake again because I didn't know. First of all, I didn't know Maryland's quarterback was Tua's brother.
No, that is Tua. It's just Tua.
This is Tua. He lives a double life. His game for Tuesday is the Real Madrid against Inter Milan. Dude, it's actually a very good game. Okay, Real Madrid.
Liverpool Atalanta
is going to be a good game. Okay, but I think that Real Madrid Inter is going to be the most kind of the hardest game in terms of who's going to win because Real Madrid just came off a win, but we did tie and lose in our last 2 Champions League.
You just beat
group
Alaves,
stage.
right? Or however you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Who's
Alaves.
not good.
I know, but we beat them 4-1, so
it doesn't matter. You should beat them 4-1. You should beat them 4-0.
I know. That's why I think it's going to be a good game because Inter Milan is not the worst team in Italy, but they're pretty decent.
Can you tell me where
right now
Real Madrid plays? They don't play at the Bernabeu.
No, they play in their practice field.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how beautiful their practice field is. It has fucking stands too. So when they do open practices, you can invite fans and all that. Fun fact, what's his name? German team, Frankfurt. I went to Germany, I think last year, and I went to Frankfurt training, and their training facility is literally behind the stadium. Literally. There's there's about 2 or 3 fields back there, and that's literally where they train. And the training facility for Real Madrid, you got to drive somewhere. It's not in the same area as their actual stadium at Santiago Bernabeu,
Yeah, dude, give it up. Casillas has been gone for a while. It's okay.
Yeah, they're not good. It's going to
give
be.
Up on the
it says, what do you
lines.
think the score is going to be on Tuesday?
I think 2-1 Madrid.
Chris,
now that Hazard's finally scored a beauty, okay, left foot plus 20 yards away, curved in and curved out like that, which is his weak foot. And then Big Ben's continuing his beautiful performance. He's just getting better, like fine fucking wine. Okay. He had, I think, 2 goals and 1 assist. Benzema is not getting worse. He's actually either staying the same or getting better, which is very, very exciting for a Real Madrid fan like me. So,
Chris, what do you got the game going on Tuesday?
0-0 tie with each team having 50% possession and it being quite a boring game, would be my guess.
How many completed passes each? What do you think? 325?
Probably
344?
Probably
600?
145.
Dude, a single player can hit 200 passes, so it's going to be more than that.
No, I
Okay.
think 145 is probably a pretty
I think it's going to be a pretty exciting game. I think Lukaku has a hat trick. I think two other guys have a hat trick. I think Inter Milan wins 10-0.
10-0.
Realistically, I do think it's going to be 2-0 Inter.
2-0 Inter? Really? Listen, Courtois is just playing very good. Okay,
he's
playing
awful.
Well, I thought he was awful. I
He's
never
not
wanted him.
Not as good as Lucas Fabianski.
Oh God.
Shut
Listen,
up.
Fabianski is so
Did they
fucking
lose?
garbage. He couldn't even win the starting spot at Arsenal when he was competing against Chesney. Okay. And Chesney right now is being benched by a 40-year-old grandpa named Gianluigi Buffon at Juve.
Okay, hang on.
So what are you saying here?
95% of the goalies in the world will be benched by Buffon. That's just a fact.
It's a fact.
And
Maybe.
you know that. You don't want to admit it
So is
because you don't
so
want to
would
be
Courtois.
wrong.
Listen, all I'm
Yes,
saying.
100%. Courtois
All
would
I'm
be
saying.
benched for Buffon.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
yes,
Chesney.
yes.
Okay.
The only
exactly.
player,
So you're what you just said.
the only
is totally
goalkeeper,
invalid.
the only goalkeeper that's gonna start over Gianluigi, and you know his name is Iker Casillas.
No.
Okay? Yes. Smurfs, you don't even
No.
know who that is.
Real Madrid's old goalie before Navas.
Old goalie. Before Navas.
Was it
Okay.
before Navas?
Decent. Well, he actually got benched by Diego Lopez.
Okay, but let's just say
Stick
that
man.
the best goalkeeper in the world, the best
Who?
goalkeeper in the world right now is Jan Oblak.
Ethan Horvath.
I mean, Jan Oblak, he's the most consistent, high
He's
level.
the best goalkeeper in the world. Shut up, said. I don't want to hear it. Whatever.
He's not the best goalkeeper.
Real
in the
Madrid's
world.
losing 2-0. Chris, let's talk about this Michigan State game. Michigan minus 20-point favorites, and guess what? They fucking lost.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh needs to like dye his khakis green and then get like a tattoo that says like I'm little sister like on his forehead because he just does not come up clutch.
And then one cheek Ohio State and the other cheek Michigan State.
Mm.
Yeah, with two appendages pointing towards his mouth.
Yeah.
That's what I think has to happen. But on a real note, I know a lot of Michigan fans, and they were not super excited about the result, obviously. But even if you take away from rivalry games, being a 20-point favorite and losing is not a good luck as a football program.
Yeah.
College or not. So, like, there's multiple levels to this, and all around, it's Michigan needs to, like, and Harbaugh is so weird, too. Like, he slept over at Quinn Ordine's house, and, like, they, like, held hands together and, like, made s'mores. And then, like, they, like, kind of a peck on the cheek. Like, he's just a weird dude.
What are you trying to say about
He came to
him?
my house one time and we watched The Fault in Our Stars, but that's about all it went. So
I
No,
almost
but
cried
I'm
in
like,
that movie.
Quinn Ordine is from a local high school to where I live, and that is, he like did spend the night, like Harbaugh did spend the night at Nordine's house, and like, that's just weird.
yeah.
Like, go get a hotel and like go do whatever you have to do during the day to try
He's
and
committed.
recruit him, but like, don't no,
It's fucking
It's
weird,
weird.
ain't it?
it's not talked about enough how odd that is for a
Mm.
college coach, even a grown man at the age of, I don't know, let's say 50, I don't know how old he is, to be spending the night over at a prospective player's house to try and win his affection and his family's affection. I think it's just odd. Like, if
you
I
were
was
that-
ever in Quinn
Yeah.
Ordine's place,
Mm-hmm.
and the coach that was recruiting me, which obviously happened very heavily as I was coming out of high school, was like, yo, like, let me just crash at your place. Like, if I'm not crushing beers and like just acting like a total bro with this coach, then it's immediately weird. And honestly, even if I am, it's still weird. I misspoke.
Yeah.
It's still weird all around. It's a weird move. Harbaugh does not
Yeah.
have the clutch gene.
Mm.
I think he
but
should be
like,
fired.
he's a very famous person in college football, and if
No,
you
he's not
were
in
the
college
family,
football. He's just a very well-known coach in football because he was in the
there you go.
NFL and he was
He
successful in
was
the
in the
NFL.
NFL.
That
And his
is why.
brother's the
Sure.
head coach
For
of
the
the
Ravens.
Ravens. Like his family just has a lot of power,
Mhm.
or well, influence, I guess. But
So you
he's-
can't say no to him.
He
If you
can,
say,
though.
Well, you
"Hey,
can.
I'm gonna sleep over at your house," is that okay?
Not that way. You can't say no, but you can say no and fire him because first of all, he gets good recruits. Like he has a very good recruiting class, but he just can't
He
put the
does.
game plan in, and he can never beat Ohio State. I don't think he's beat Ohio State yet. He's beat Michigan State once out of I think 3 or 4 times. It's like it's
Much.
getting to the point where like you can't just keep losing these games. Because if you do, like you're gonna get fired, and he should get fired because he's just not doing a good job.
Yeah, and even like if you take away the rivalries, like a win against, especially with the college football playoffs, a win against Ohio State mainly based on how good they've been the last few years. But even like Michigan State, like every now and again will bounce like really high up in the rankings. For the most part, at least be top 10, top 15. Like those wins mean a lot outside of rivalry. So like that also comes into play, and he
Yeah.
just can't. He
They-
can't put it together.
They got blown out by Wisconsin last year.
That's like a kind of sort of a rivalry as well.
They play each other
Like-
every year now, but like it's you can't go in. You can't expect to make the college football playoff. You can lose to if you're Michigan, you can lose to Ohio State probably, and then you'll have to win out the rest of the year. That's just how the Big Ten is. But you can't go into Wisconsin and lose by 20 points. Go to Ohio State, lose by 20. You can't do that. And it's not how college football works. It's not the NFL. You can't lose by 20 and still make the playoff.
Yeah, I don't know. He's at a very weird spot. He's, yeah, I don't know. If Michigan wants to get over the hump of being a perpetual like number 7 or number 8 in the country every year, like at the very peak, then they need to get a new coach, or you keep Harbaugh and you give him full bankroll and control over coaches to hire, and you just overhaul the whole thing because something's not clicking outside of getting recruits, and it's becoming very obvious.
It could
Very
be quarterback. It could be the quarterback coach because the last Shea Patterson last year, like he was decent, he just wasn't good. And from what I saw this weekend, it didn't look good. The quarterback looked really good against Minnesota, but didn't really look good against this one. Maybe just inconsistency. I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah. Plus, I know this is Harbaugh. We can leave it at this, I guess, before we ramble on. But this is Harbaugh's first, since he's got to Michigan, this is the first quarterback he's recruited. So that also should be like noted, or like heavily recruited. And he's supposed to be a stud. Like I know he looked good against Minnesota, didn't look great. I mean, Michigan State played him really tight on the edges, and I think that really kind of messed up the quarterback. So
Yeah, I mean,
it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, he's young. Like there's definitely like things to consider. We're saying a lot of negative stuff, but nonetheless, over the last few years, Harbaugh has not been great when it counts.
I mean, if Michigan wins out, they make the playoff because they'll beat Wisconsin, Ohio State. I want to say Iowa, and then they'll have Minnesota, and they'll have the Big Ten championship. So I think if they win out, they'll make it. I just don't think that they will because Ohio State's too fucking good.
Yeah, and especially after like watching them play against State, like if somebody really does their homework, which I think Mel Tucker did, State's coach. I mean, like I could see Wisconsin like playing them super hard. Like even Iowa looked good over the weekend.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a tough schedule. Like I agree with you. If they went out, then they're probably in the playoffs, even with the shortened Big Ten schedule. But yeah, I don't know. He's an anomaly as far as I'm concerned. I would not want him as my coach, and I'm a Notre Dame fan. So that says a lot.
Is Jim Harbaugh the quarterback? Is it Dylan McCaffrey?
That's the backup who's hurt. It's Joe Milton.
Joe Milton. Okay, I see him.
He's their starter, yeah.
This just in. The Bears lost in overtime to the Saints today, 26-23.
No
Bears
way,
are-
really?
The Bears are awful.
Yeah, they're the worst 5-3.
They're just not a good football team. Talk about an overhaul. They need to get rid of
Nick
I
Foles
think
and
Ryan
Trubisky.
Pace is good for him, but yeah, they need to like either trade or release and like just go buku bucks or start tanking big time for Trevor Lawrence. Because I think after Trevor Lawrence has COVID, I think he's done or should be done if I were him.
Yeah, he won't though. He won't have to play. But let's just end it at that. I mean, we covered a
Yeah.
lot.
And we'll see everyone on Thursday. We got a nice guest coming on, and we're gonna do some picks, and we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, guest on Thursday is coming up is Alberto Garcia. He's one of our boys. He's a big soccer fan, so it might be a little bit more soccer heavy, but that's fine. We'll have fun with
We
it.
love it.
Yeah, listen up.
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
See you.